Hi, my name is Lena. Welcome to my channel, and this is 10 strange book facts about me tag. I was tagged by Lukas from the channel Totally Pretentious, and the tag was created by Britta Böhler, I believe. I will leave links to their channel into info box. And I think those facts that I'm going to share with you, the strange bookish facts about me, they are strange for people who read books from time to time, but doesn't consider books their hobby, and is not serious about reading them. But I think I'm afraid that they are absolutely ordinary things here on BookTube. Nevertheless, the first strange bookish facts about me that I have been reading constantly from the time I was 6 years old, and I have absolutely nothing to show for that. Apart from the books, the Russian classics they made us read at school. My first theory is that I didn't have much time to read for reading actually. That I was reading probably 12 books a year, apart from the school of the required reading. My second theory is that I was reading mostly detective series. Some romances, a lot of crappy sci-fi. Well, a lot of good sci-fi actually, because those authors they were quite prolific, like Железный, Roger Железный, for example. So the thing I'm trying to say is that although I have been reading constantly from the age of 6 years old, I am not widely read and I am not well read. The second bookish fact about me is that I have 3 bookcases here in this apartment, and 2 of these bookcases are occupied by my brother's books and by my father's books. And I have no intention of unholding them, although I will probably never read them. My brother's books are mostly translated sci-fi translated from English, and I would prefer to read them in original. And my father's books are mostly war adventures and translated detective stories, which I will either want to read in original, or I'm probably not interested in reading them. But nevertheless, I'm not going to unhold them. This is probably a strange fact about me. My own books, they are tucked away, they're hidden in different cupboards. In wardrobes with my clothes and with my makeup. Next fact about me is the third one, about my bookcase. It's actually brand new. I bought it last summer. And if you would look at it, you would get a wrong idea. If you look at it, you would get a wrong idea about me, because this book is not who I am, but rather who I want to be. This bookcase is full of ancient Greek classics, ancient Roman classics, and a bit of philosophy, a lot of basically the entire range of biographies Steve Donoghue showed us in a biography kind of kit sort of video. So a lot of biographies, a lot of historical books, And basically, it's my TBR for 2019 and 2020. So those are not books that I read, liked, and decided to keep. Those are books that I want to read. And you would definitely get a wrong idea about me by looking at these shelves. The fourth bookish fact that although I have not quite a lot, I have a lot of books, but I read ebooks mostly because not always can I have with me a physical copy of a book. They are quite heavy, and my shoulder bag is rather heavy without them. So I mostly read ebooks because it's easier for me to get them if they are new releases. It's easier for me to buy books on Amazon Kindle. So I already have 214 books on my Kindle, and I downloaded probably 5 times this amount from Gutenberg project. With me, it's like when I see a book for free in a public domain, and if I heard something about the author, I feel like I need to grab it, and I grab it. So I have a lot of ebooks, and I have absolutely no idea what I have. Sorry, guys. I need to reorganize it or organize them, and to see and remember what I have. The fifth strange book about me, the strange fact about me is that it actually, sorry guys, 20 years passed between the moment I bought these books by Homer, Iliad and Odyssey, and the moment when I finally read them. Thank you, Steve Donoghue. It took me 20 years to read them. And I have absolutely no idea why, how I bought them, because nobody in my family was interested in classics in ancient Greece and Roman classics, and I couldn't have learned about them at school because we were reading Russian classic literature and studying Russian classic literature. I couldn't have heard them in my college or university because I was studying to become an engineer. We didn't study literature at all or history. I have no idea when and how I heard about Homer, Sophocles, Euripides. I have no idea. Then, next fact is the fact that I have quite a lot of magnetic bookmarks, and I have no idea where they are. I buy them constantly. I have a lot of empty packagings from magnetic bookmarks, things like that, and I have no idea where they go. From time to time, I look for them in my bookcase, and I cannot find them, so I keep buying them. This is the sixth strange fact about me. The seventh, when I started to collecting books, I started buying doubles, and I used to carry these books with me always. It's my book buying book. Here I would write down lists of the books written by authors that interest me. Basically, the whole bibliography of an author, and I will mark the ones I have already bought, so that I wouldn't be buying doubles. Sorry, guys, and I'm not carrying it anymore with me because it adds to the weight of my shoulder bag. Let's say I moved it to the internet files. The eighth strange fact about me is about book buying, and I suppose it's probably a common thing for any booktuber or any reader, and it's that I spend a lot of money on books. I buy books in bulks. I spend a lot of money on them. I think nothing of spending this money on them. For example, if I have a certain amount of money and I want to spend it on a coach in the gym, it feels like a lot of money. It feels like a very expensive services. But to spend them on books, I think nothing of it. Well, and I also spend a lot of money on books on Amazon, especially with their helpful service to buy in one click. What else? What else? This is probably the strangest bookish fact about me is that I quarrel with audiobooks while walking in the street. If a narrator irritates me, if a book irritates me, I would comment on that aloud, which can be very embarrassing, but I quarrel with audiobooks. And the last and strange fact about me is that I have a sizable collection of books in French. For example, those books that Steve Donoghue was talking about, those are Maigret detectives. Those are detective series by Georges Simenon about Maigret. I have a bit of Guy de Maupassant books. Some of them I bought when I was in Paris in these strange green wooden boxes / stalls when they sell second-hand books, and they are unwrapped. Some of them I bought here in Russia. A bit of Balzac. They are unwrapped as well. All the Francois Sagan I could get my hands on here in Moscow or there in Paris. I also have a lot of books that are supposed to help me with starting reading in French. They are written especially for people who studies French, learns French, and or they are abridged and rewritten especially for pupils. Needless to say that I don't read in French, but I hope that one day I will be able to read these books, and I already have one book in Italian. It's the Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. Those are the 10 strange bookish facts about me. They are not that strange. I suppose half of them is kind of common for readers. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and happy reading.